Have you ever done something out of fear and only got into a situation that was worse than what you were originally frightened about? I was in my early teens while I was still in India, and one day I decided not to go to school, instead take my dad's motorcycle and go hang out with some friends by the beach. Racing up and down the road, I eventually ran out of gas. So I decided to park the bike and go get some gas, but when I came back, the motorcycle was gone. It was stolen. The amount of fear that I experienced that day, it just cannot be explained in words. The thought of having to face my dad was frightening. So what do? I decided that the only way to fix the situation was to run away from home. I thought that my dad would kill me because of his motorcycle being stolen. But I didn't realize that my dad would rather have his motorcycle stolen than his son gone missing. This is the situation in the story of the prodigal son. The boy is in the crossroads in his mind. And at one hand, he has squandered his father's wealth. And on the other hand, he knows that his father is gracious. It says in the book of Luke chapter 15, verse 18 and 19, he says, "I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I've sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants." There is a freedom to be experienced the moment you admit to your sin and recognize that there's forgiveness waiting for you. I'm so glad that this boy in the story decided to come back home. For me, it was not so. I was defiant, and I had to be carried home a few days later. You see, I was on a friend's motorcycle on that same road where my motorcycle was stolen, and I was in a head-on motorcycle collision, and I was severely injured, and I had to be carried home to face my dad. Thankfully, my dad was patient, he was gracious, he was forgiving, and although I still have the scars from this accident, I learned many valuable lessons. You see, it can be scary to admit your sin, but there's always joy in reconciliation and finding forgiveness. And if my earthly father was willing to be so patient, gracious, and understanding towards me, how much more will my heavenly Father be gracious, loving, and forgiving? Friend, are you on the run? Are you hiding from your heavenly Father? Please don't wait too long. Come back to him. He's willing and ready to accept you.